Hey, what's up, fellow traders? I hope you guys had a great weekend. You're off to a great start this week. I know I've been gone. Had an incredible time in Vegas going to see Dead and Company. Man, 3 nights they played at the Sphere and just taking in everything, hanging out at Shakedown Street. Running into deadheads all over Vegas. It was insane. And then on top of that, I think AC/DC had a concert there. And so all of their fans were there. And it was just it was just a lot of fun. A really enjoyable experience. But I'm back acclimated to East Coast time, and we are off and running. But before I get into what I've got to get into, talk about trading and stuff, I want to share this thought with you, this question. Are you giving your power away to the market and just completely losing control? Okay, are you giving your power away to the market and just completely losing control? I hear the statement all the time that, hey, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I think I should be. I've been working at this thing for years. I just can't get it. I understand. I feel you. I feel your pain and frustration. And believe me, there are more traders that I've worked with over the years that haven't made it that's made it. And that's the raw, honest truth. Okay, there are no miracle workers in this space. Okay, it all has to come from inside you. I know a lot of traders who started around the same time I started because I connected with some at the time, back in 2012, and were with me when I, was still hanging around when I became a moderator at Warrior Trading back in 2016, and they still haven't made it yet. A lot of them have quit. The ones that are hanging around have stopped over the years, but they just haven't made it yet. But what's the problem? Okay, why haven't they made it? But to take a quote from Erick Thomas, it costs not being the boss. It costs you not being the boss. When you're not the boss, you're having someone else or something over you pulling your strings and calling the shots. They have complete power over you, and all you're doing is reacting. And those that continue to struggle and to quit have trouble understanding this concept because, as we all know, we can't control the financial markets. So we feel like we're a victim to it, and that it's all powerful, and it runs all the aspects of our lives as a trader. Wrong. True, we can't control the markets, but what we can control is our engagement in the markets. We control the moves we make. Now, I know we're always saying, you hear us saying all the time, we're waiting for the market to tell us what to do. And it could be interpreted the wrong way. I can see that. But what we're doing is we're waiting for the markets to show us its hand. We're waiting for it to show its vulnerability so that we can make a decision based on what we see and engage. And in that case, we're the boss, not the markets. That's why I try to tell everybody, look, learn how to play chess. That's great. Great, because what you're doing is, you can't control the other person, but you're waiting for the other person you're playing against to give you an opening, to show some weakness and you allow and you make decisions based on that. Now sometimes it may be a trap, and you can backpedal and you come back and you work it out. You don't have, if you allow that to trap you and you give all your power back up to that opponent because he caught you in what you were looking to do, then you're not the boss anymore, and you're going to lose out. You've given all your power to that person. There's another game that's popular probably among us older folks. I think it's a Japanese Asian game, Mahjong. Okay, that's another one. It's strategy. Okay, it's all about learning strategy. You have no control over the pieces you get, but you do have control over making decisions on how to use those pieces. And that's just like trading. Okay, so think about this. Don't give control away to the markets. Now, full disclosure, there are many times, this just happened this morning. It just so happened that it happened to me this morning. Okay? I allowed the market to affect me and affect my thoughts, and I did not have control. So what did I have to do? What did I do? I backed off. Okay, I backed off. I stopped. I had to walk away. That is what I do. Okay, and that's how I stay in control of what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how I stay in control. And it's hard. This concept has been hard for me to get through and for people to really understand. And it's hard when that happens and your mind, you just get lost in the moment. And the next thing you know, you have lost your test accounts, or you lost your profit paying account, and you have to start over. I know it's deflating. Okay, but we learn from that. We understand that, things are going to happen. Things aren't going to work out right. But we make decisions. We make the decisions. And when we're not in control, it's time to stop and regain control. All right? So sorry that took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to get that point across to you. All right, we're still dealing with this 30% off for life, pay no activation fees for life, for Take Profit Trader. Guys, I know customer service has been slow. Listen, if they would hire me to do customer service on my off trading hours, I would work for them. Okay, I'd be glad to help out with customer service. They've got a lot of people coming in because people are starting to realize this is the best scenario in the prop firm space. Now, the rules, I think the rules are to the point where anybody can work with it. The only rule I don't like is the trailing drawdown in your profit paying account, but that should keep you from getting too crazy and throwing caution to the wind. So in a sense, even though I don't like it, it does help me to take profit and not sit there and let it go against me and try to add and throw stuff to it. It forces me to take profit when I have it, and it works really, really good. But use code AJT66. I don't know if they're going to switch next month, but if you want to get in on our live stream and you want to get in on the short course that I'm going to give, I'm not selling it. You can't buy memberships anymore. I don't sell anything. But if you get 5 accounts, I don't care what size it is, it doesn't matter. If you get 5 accounts with Take Profit Trader, then you get free access to the live stream and all the classes and all of that stuff. Because if you're with somebody else, I don't know if I can help you. I don't know if what I do works with restrictive rules and all that stuff. So if you're with Take Profit Trader, I can help you. Okay, and like I say, I'm not selling anything. I'm beyond that. I'm semi-retired, from teaching this stuff. My son graduates in a couple weeks. He gets a job. I'm done. My daughter starts her career job Friday, which is the way their pay cycle starts. And she's starting out making more money than I made my last year teaching. So I'm about ready to move on, because these kids are on their way. But again, if you get 5, shoot me an email, send me a message here, tell me, I'll get you the credentials. You come in, and again, the class is really short. Things are really, really simple. And I'm going to show you real quick just how simple this deal is. Alright, so let me put this up here. All I do, everything starts with the daily chart. Okay, this is gold. I do trade gold, but the daily chart, right now is, we don't have a whole lot of daily pivots to actually work with, other than this one right here. And this is the one that we've been sitting on for the last couple of days. So every time I buy off of this, I would short to this and then buy off of it. It works like a dream. So all I'm doing is using daily pivots. But the one I really want to show you is going to be S&P. Now, a lot of people trade the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ futures. I trade the S&P futures because I'm comfortable with it. Okay, I'm comfortable with the S&P futures. Now, if my son, while he's waiting on his job, he does have a part-time job now, an internship. When he's waiting for his full-time job, if he wants to trade some, then I'll get him hooked up with his 5 accounts, and he can, trade the NASDAQ 100 for me. So we'll be covering both bases. But I like the S&P 500. It's been working beautiful for me. So all I do, again, is I mark the daily pivots. And these are where, I'm going to go over all of this in the class. It's really simple. It's only like 2 or 3 classes. And that's all you need. You really don't need to learn all this shit that is just not important to what you do. We're day traders. We have to be in and out that same day. So all we're trading is the intraday volatility. And daily pivots, as you'll see in a minute, kind of gives you an idea of where to engage and where not to engage. So that's where we start. I've got my Benzinga Pro up all day, listening to the squawk. So when news hits, or when something with the S&P pops up, I'm able to see it real quick, and I'm able to react if need be. Alright, so real simple. Same thing with gold. If gold comes up and I'm trading gold at night, I typically trade gold overnight, and in the morning I typically switch over to the S&Ps. But this thing runs all night. There are people posting in here most of the night. So I go to that, and that's all I do. But I will show you everything, how I do it in that class, and you'll see just how simple it is. And all you have to do is develop the confidence to come in and do it every day. Do I make money every day? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The market doesn't move like this every day. It may set up and give us the look, and then it changes, turns in the middle of nowhere, and we're not able to make the money we want to make. We may end up losing a little bit, but we usually get days like this a couple days a week, and this is where we make our money. So you could see coming in this morning, and we were, under this daily pivot. So we never got a chance to actually take out that daily pivot. So once we took out the low, it was a good short. I mean, a really good short. 8 o'clock is pre-market for the stock market, but not for the bond, for the futures market. We're going strong. So bam, here's a good one. I think we had some news come out too that made the market sell off. The CPI, which was perfect. And look, right here, daily pivot. You can see we reacted here. Take profit. You can add back if it confirms taking this out. Next daily pivot, right here. Actually, these are two daily pivots right on top of each other. And you could see this thing kind of traded between them until the market opened. This is the 5-minute opening range high. It's 5-minute opening range low. And so once we took out the opening range low, there's another move down. Next daily pivot right here. Once we hit the bottom of the daily pivot and things start to recover, you can trade all day risking off of this. But look, got in on the bounce. Here's profit area right here. If you wanted to wait, like I did, wait it until we get over the 5-minute opening range. Bam. Right out the 5-minute opening range. Where to? Next daily pivot. Pulls back. Where to? 5-minute opening range. Back. Just back. And then here we get over the daily pivot. But let's go to the full chart here. Let's go to the full chart. Alright, so here's what happened after 1:30. Okay, and this is the last trade we took. We hung on this daily pivot right here. Once we established, once we started running, here's the entry right here. First target, bam. Second target, bam. That's it. That's all we do all day. And there are zones, there are areas where we stay the hell out of because we don't initiate trades in there. Now, if we're still in a trade, great. But we don't initiate trades in, these zones. And I'm sure you can identify one right now, right here. This is a zone that we would not take trades in. Just look at it. It's going to be choppy. Now, if you're already in it, great. That's why once I took profit, I'm not getting in another trade until we get out of that zone. And we had a clear shot up to the next profit target. Then back down. And then back up. Then back down and back up. And once we held this, alright, once we held this, look at what happens. Guys, this happens every day. Okay, once we held this this zone here, we buy on the break of it. Once we got out of this no man's land, It actually comes all the way down to here. Look at the move we got. It's just a matter of being patient, knowing when to stay out of a trade. Now here, you could make a case to stay out of the trade here. Okay, you could actually make a case if you are, let's say today is, I can't get, okay, let's say today is, I want to be conservative. So guess what? I can do this. This could be my no man's land. And then I could work on taking this trade. Okay, this could be my no man's land right here. And I could work trades off of this. So we're going to cover all of that and it's just that simple. And this happens every day. Now, do we have smaller trades some days? Yes, some days the market trades sideways. There's nothing driving it. But in this geopolitical climate, you can almost guarantee that you're going to get, you can almost guarantee that you're going to get a big move at some point during the day. Somebody's going to say something, and there you go. So, what did we make today? Well, I'll show you. Let's do this to make it easier. In the 4 accounts, then I traded these 3 late. These 2 I traded early. And these 3 I traded late. So we have 5. I have 5 accounts. When I'm in full strength, I have 5 pro accounts, so that I can withdraw daily. Now, if I don't have 5, I can't really withdraw daily. If I only have 2, then I can't do it, because once you finish the day, you won't be able to request your money until everything settles, which is usually after midnight. And so you end up requesting it the next day, and you really want to wait until they pull that money out of your account, because if you go to start trading and you lose that, then your payout's going to get denied because you lost the money. So you kind of have to float different accounts if you're going to be pulling out money every day. That's something they don't tell you, but that's something that you should be smart enough to figure out. Alright, so that's it. Again, what I do here, I will be covering. It's a short class, but then you'll have the ability to see me trade it every day. And every morning, I'm talking you through exactly what I'm doing. And we're usually done by 11 in terms of me actually being live streaming. At 2 o'clock, I'm at the cigar lounge. Got my laptop up, talking to other guys there, and trying to show them how to do this stuff. But the opportunity is there. Remember, all you need to do is get 5 take profit trader accounts, no matter what size it is, because I don't even give a damn about the commission. It's not that much anyway, but doesn't matter what size. You can get 5 25K accounts. You could get in, learn what we do. It's really, really simple. It's repeatable. It's easy to be consistent doing this. And you'll get to see me when I melt down and how I react. And all of that. So I think that's invaluable. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Sorry I was so long today, but hadn't made a video in a week and wanted to make sure I covered this, and if today is the last day for this sale, I want to give anybody that want to get in an opportunity to go ahead and get this squared away. So enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you guys, or some of you guys, tomorrow.